Unlimited food. I love the sound of that. That's the main reason that I go to buffets, along with a variety of choices. There are some really nice and large hotels in Las Vegas, and in these large hotels are large buffets that have a variety of foods from around the world. But the buffets are not what they used to be. The quality isn't quite the same as it used to be, and the prices are much higher as well. So sometimes I'm looking for different options. So my alternative to a buffet this morning is a small plates brunch. There is an option at the Mandalay Bay Hotel called the Unlimited Small Plates. This is a brunch at the Border Grill. There are some good, reputable restaurants inside Mandalay Bay. This place is loaded with good restaurants. Here at the Border Grill, they have a brunch on Saturdays and Sundays from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. for $43.99. If you choose to do the unlimited option, you get about 16 items that you can choose from. The good thing is it's unlimited. You can have as much of it as you want. They usually want you to order about 4 dishes per round. The things that stood out to me when I first ordered was the steak and eggs and the short rib hash and the blueberry pancakes. These are pretty small in size. They're called small plates, but some of the dishes may be pretty decent size. Like if you have biscuits and gravy like this, steak and eggs, and the short rib hash, it pretty much makes up a pretty decent sized plate. And then you got blueberry pancakes that are filling as well, so you can get pretty full. The steak and eggs come with 1 egg and about 3 slices of skirt steak. I knew before I came here that I was gonna get the steak and eggs. I love steak and eggs. And it came with potatoes, some beans, and salsa fresca. The skirt steak was sliced thinly and it was full of flavor. And skirt steak, as you know, is cooked at a high temperature to cook it quickly, break down the fat, seal in the juices. The flavor was amazing and it was tender, and I loved the steak. Went well with the eggs. The guacamole and the beans and the salsa fresca kind of gave it the southwestern style touch and the Mexican flavor. The short rib hash sounded like it was gonna be good. I thought it might have potatoes, but it's actually the short rib that was shredded, kind of resembled the pulled pork. The short rib had some caramelized onions mixed into it. It came over a bed of some kind of a yam puree, and it was served with a little bit of scrambled eggs. You could probably finish this in about 4 bites. The yam had pretty deep flavor. It almost reminded me of a sweet barbecue sauce. If you closed your eyes, you might even think it was barbecue sauce. The biscuits and gravy were pretty good as well. It had bits of bacon in there, and this was made with a chipotle sausage gravy. That was an interesting twist. A lot of people seem to like the blueberry pancakes, and I like blueberries as well, so I got the blueberry pancakes. The blueberries were really good. It wasn't too sweet. It wasn't overpowering. It wasn't sour. It was just the perfect blueberry flavor with the fluffy pancakes. And before I knew it, it was time to order round 2. Here we have the lobster cachapas. These are Venezuelan corn cakes, and it's served with a lobster chipotle sauce. It kind of reminded me of pancakes. And you see there's a little bit of a lobster piece right here. I wish they just gave me a whole lobster tail. The sauce was pretty good, and I thought the corn went well with this dish. On this round, I got the chilaquiles. Crispy tortillas served with a chili cream and some kind of a Spanish sauce, also served with eggs. I wanted something crispy. The tortilla wasn't as crispy as I had hoped. They used to have potato tacos, or a type of a taco, but they don't have it anymore. I didn't see it on the menu. Besides the fact that the tortillas weren't very crispy, I thought that this dish was pretty okay. I didn't really catch all the flavors. I might have to eat it a few more times to catch all the flavors going on. They have two kinds of tamales here, the green corn tamale and the spicy chicken tamale. I got the spicy chicken tamale. The flavor was good, and I love tamales, but I didn't have a chance to order the green corn tamales. Actually, I forgot. And this is called campechana. This is kind of like a shrimp cocktail, but for me it resembles more of a ceviche. The shrimp comes with their house-made clamato, onion, cilantro, and avocado balm. It came pretty sour, so there was no need to add extra lime or anything like that. I wasn't sure if it was lime, but definitely tasted like lime. And this is their Diablo chicken. This is supposed to be pretty spicy. You can tell from the name, Diablo chicken. Actually, the menu says fried chicken, but it didn't seem like a fried chicken to me. It was more like a chicken meatball. It was either that or the chicken got pretty soggy. This comes with a chipotle aioli sauce. I just wish that the chicken was crispy as well. The pickled peppers added a good spice to it. It was just like pickled jalapenos. For me, the spice level was just right, tolerable. But some of you might find it spicy, especially if you're not used to eating spicy foods. Next, we have the avocado salmon toast. This is a lot like smoked salmon or lox. This is supposed to be a citrus cured salmon, and it's very similar to lox and bagels, with the red onions, the capers, and hand mashed avocados. Oh, and it's also supposed to have a cream cheese. I didn't really notice the cream cheese flavor that much. There wasn't a whole lot of it, but there was enough to give you that flavor. The capers came through nicely, and as you know, if you like lox and bagels, capers and red onions go good with it. This is called the prickly pear chia parfait. I don't know what the prickly pear has to do with this. It might be the plant itself. I'm not sure. All I know is that chia seeds come from a plant that's native to central and southern Mexico. Chia seeds have a gel-like texture. At first glance, you might mistake it for tapioca, as in tapioca pudding. This comes with almond, coconut milk, lemon zest, and it's topped with fresh berries. In my case, a strawberry and a blueberry. I actually ordered 2 of these. They stopped making these, but thanks to my server, she actually went and secured it for me from downstairs. I was beginning to get full, so I thought I'd order my last dish. These are churro tots. Churros are basically fried dough. It kind of reminds me of a donut. Churros are supposed to have originated from Spanish and Portuguese cuisine. They are also found in Latin America and in the Philippines. These were shaped more like tater tots, hence the name churro tots. The skin was a little bit thick, and it wasn't as good as the churros that I was used to. But now I was pretty full. Before I got full, in the beginning of the meal, I was thinking I would order 2 or 3 steak and eggs and 2 or 3 of this and 2 or 3 of that. But I actually got pretty full, so I stopped there. On the way out, I stopped by to check out Ariel's wine tower. It's a 500-foot tower. Just kidding. It's 42 feet. This is an amazing restaurant as well. There's a lot of cool places inside Mandalay Bay. But that's gonna do it for this one, and I'm out of time. So until next time, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.